What's good, Grizz fam? We back at it again, and I got another topic for y'all. But, oh, y'all see that? New Grizzly Physique shirts designed by me. Looking clean, hey. So, the topic I have today that a lot of people have been asking me about, especially discussions on my Instagram, has been about intermittent fasting. Now, what intermittent fasting is eating in a specific time window and not eating for the rest of the day. For example, let's say usually in the morning you're not a big breakfast eater and you train, usually after work. So usually you would eat more so around your training before and after. So let's say you give yourself an 8-hour window from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock or from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock that you have an eating window, and after 10 o'clock you don't eat anytime soon after that until the next day around 2 or 4, whatever time you choose. Now, the reason why this is a popular subject is because people tend to take intermittent fasting with weight loss. They seem to combine them both. And the reason why people tend to do that is because with intermittent fasting, you have such a smaller window to eat food that you may not be eating all your calories. Especially if you're not like a freaking monster like me who sits there and can eat it all in one meal. It's hard for a lot of people in one meal to get all they need, or so they spread it throughout the day. But if you worry that you're eating too much, you usually would cut down your eating window and you eat food then, and then after that you don't eat anymore. And so it comes down to people not eating enough calories or what they need, and which results into weight loss. So, to say the least, intermittent fasting, I don't really care for it. I'm not a person who would actually recommend it. Hey, go intermittent fasting and you're definitely going to lose weight, because that's a bunch of BS. It's just how much food you can actually eat in a time period. Now, given my situation, ever since that 3,000 calorie video, which will be up here, I've actually been indirectly intermittent fasting just because I can eat all my calories in one meal now. And usually when I spread it throughout the day, by the time I get to 10, 11 o'clock and I'm up and I already ate my last meal, I start to get hungry again. And then I'm like, damn, there's a bunch of Lenny and Larry cookies out here. There's a bunch of the kids' snack. I need to grab something to eat. I'm hungry. Water's not suffice. And I can't sleep. So I end up snacking and eating way above my recommended calories. So it's tough. It's tough. I indirectly do it just because I eat everything all together and I'm more satisfied that way. Besides eating in just a certain time window, there's different types of intermittent fasting too. There's people who go the 5-2 deal, which is you go 5 days eating clean, eating what you need to eat, and then 2 days where you go strictly 24 hours and not put a single thing in your body but water. And the thing with intermittent fasting is that some people might take it to the extreme. Yeah, I didn't eat yesterday, so I'm gonna eat a bunch of burgers, fried steaks, and all high fat, high calorie foods that's not good for you. And that's where it becomes an issue, is because some people take it out of hand. Just because you're not eating for a certain amount of time and you're in starvation mode, your mind goes to, hey, let me just grab whatever and I can binge on it just because I didn't eat for 16 hours. But you gotta remember, calories still count as calories. So you still have a limit to what you can eat in a certain time period. Now, if you're not eating enough in that time period, this is gonna equate to weight gain eventually. And that's not and intermittent fasting is not something you wanna do long term, to be honest with you. But it's debatable. Some people support that you can do a long term if done right. And there's some people who say, yeah, it's a short term thing, which is great for, you know, weight loss, which is more losing a lot of water retention rather than food. Because if you're not eating enough, you're not holding a lot of water, so you're gonna lose a lot of water weight. Majority of the weight loss will be water. So it's debatable, you guys. It's up to you to see how intermittent fasting would work for you. Intermittent fasting, is it good for your health? I don't see nothing wrong with it, and that's just my opinion. I see nothing wrong with intermittent fasting as long as you're eating your BMR in that window. You know what I'm saying? Your basal metabolic rate, eating enough so that your body can function properly. Your brain can function, your muscles can function, you still can wake up, you're breathing correctly and all that. You know, it's popular amongst celebrities. You know, Beyonce says she lost 20 pounds doing intermittent fasting, but all she did was juice in order to prepare for that stupid ass movie Dreamgirls. Does that really count as weight loss, or are you starving yourself? Exactly. I could do intermittent fasting and not lose a damn pound because I'm eating all the calories I need to maintain muscle. What's gonna aid me in losing weight is actually burning more than I require to actually keep in my body, which is another video I made that'll be up here, about being able to maintain your muscle mass but losing fat. Is weight all that important to lose? Not really. Don't keep an eye on the scale. Keep an eye on how you feel. Look in the mirror. Gauge it by that. And if you guys feel that you're over consuming on foods, hey, definitely try it out. Instead of eating and snacking throughout the day, make sure you, when, you know, people who don't get to eat at work, you know, people who don't have a job where they actually can sit down and eat, try it out. Make it to a window where after work, I eat from this time to this time. And really try to focus on getting whole foods down, not snacking on chips, cookies, or picking up anything that you see in plain sight, which is gonna indirectly lead to a lot of weight gain because it's processed garbage, loaded with sodium, loaded with fats, loaded with carbs. Now, if you break it down and you're eating whole food sources, it's gonna be much different just because your body is actually getting natural food sources to run off of instead of processed garbage loaded with a bunch of other chemicals. So in my opinion, is intermittent fasting great? Is it for everybody? No. Would I recommend it? Not really, but definitely try it out, see if it is for you. For me, I know that I eat a lot. I do. I eat close to 3,000 calories. And me spreading 3,000 calories throughout the day is a joke. So I eat all of my meals at one time. I will have 4 or 5 plates of everything I want to eat that meets my macros and eat it all at once. Yeah, I'm super full, but I feel so much better because then I'm not craving anything. And also my eating window is late at night just before bed, because on a full stomach I'm going to sleep, or I'll probably eat it an hour before bed so that my stomach doesn't feel like it's going to explode and that all that food is just sitting on my lungs and I can't breathe. So you guys, that is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, but not too much because you might get high blood pressure. So you guys, thanks for watching.
Wake up in the morning, money on my mind. Looking at my rollie, yeah, it's about that time. I get up and grind.